And welcome to a new Let's Play of mine, the Super Nintendo game Magic Knight Rayearth. Yes, it is based off of Clam's manga of the same name, but the game focuses more on the first half of the series, Volume 1 to 3, while the second half of the series is not part of this game, unfortunately. If you know the manga, you know how this will end. Fun fact, I'm not sure if it just plain took me so long to find the game in my stores, not the game, the manga in my stores, or if the manga really did not appear and get localized in Germany until years after, but I first played the game before I read the manga. Also, I flat out don't remember if this game was officially released in English or if this is once again a fan translation. I'm leaning towards the latter. But yeah. Was there ever a release of the game in English? Well, the way I understood it, there once was a PlayStation 1 or Sega Genesis or Dreamcast version of this game that was supposed to be released or was released, and I did see gameplay of it in English, but I saw this years ago, and some names were changed. For example, Hikaru has a dog named Hikari, and in the video I saw, it was translated to Flash, which Hikari means light. Flash, I guess, sort of makes sense. But far as I know, there was not an official release of this, at least not in English, on any kind of console, maybe? So, yeah. As said, the game revolves around the first half of the series, but also expands on a few things and added things that weren't actually in the manga itself. Like, things were changed because this is a video game and not a manga. Although, yes, in the game, as well as the manga, there were references to, wow, this really sounds like a video game! Which, yeah, whatever, they were kind of correct. For example, there are a few cities or towns in this game where you can interact with NPCs. Joyous day. But for the most part, it follows the manga pretty closely. But yeah, this is already the first change. First thing we have to do is find a box because, well, it's a video game. You can't do anything in a video game unless you've taken a long detour of grabbing something that seems incredibly pointless before you can actually reach your goal. Basically, life cubes are like potions. Whatever. Similar to some of my previous Super Nintendo games, I'm once again playing with no random encounter cheat code on, so any leveling is going to be done off-screen, so that you can enjoy the story and all without the music jumping from each random battle that I have to get rid of. I'll say it's Let's make the speed faster. Also, how cute. Yeah, but let's stick with this for now. Formation doesn't really matter, considering I'm not gonna fight anything yet. Sure. Yeah, that was my previous save file. You don't really have to be level 65 to finish the game. I think without excessive grinding, you generally end up with like around level 30, 40, something like that. I have an impenetrable barrier that prevents all random encounters, so... Also, the pink and orange flowers are the only flowers here, so... Yeah. But yeah, the game is actually pretty easy. It's not overly difficult. And grinding isn't really that necessary. It's helpful at times, but it's not necessary. Also, I think there are no proper treasure chests in this area except for the one that we have to grab. So I'm not looking around for it. No, if we were capable of going home already after barely 7 minutes into the game, I doubt it would work. Ah, damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. Always happens in an RPG, of course. It's great that they are color-coded alongside their magic element. Yeah, but, you know, it happens a lot. Whatever. I don't recall his summoning for that thing to have been Seiyu in the manga. I don't recall her using that either. I actually have the manga open in front of me right now. And I'm trying to find the page. Yeah! In the manga here, Clef as well as Alcyone use Cleft to summon. Then again, maybe the original said Seiyu? Not sure. Yeah, fun fact. Mashin was translated in the manga for a while, first to Evil Ghost, Evil Spirit, which is technically actually correct. But it does kind of sound dumb if you say it like that. Manga spoilers. Yeah, attacking her doesn't really do anything. All we gotta do is follow the manga. Use magic. I'm sure we'll never see her again. Good thing, yes. Yeah, the first town in this area, or this game. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever said it before. I personally am not a big fan of NPCs. I generally ignore them because, for the most part, they don't say anything important or interesting to begin with. But for the Let's Plays, I tend to talk with them. I don't recall that ever being mentioned before. Then again, it's been a long time since I played the beginning parts of this game. So I think I do recall once when I played this game I wandered all over the place for the hell of it. And... okay. I was walking around and there were certain areas and bridges where I just couldn't proceed, so I guess that's just, you know, one more of those types of leashes put onto the players so that you don't sequence break or whatever. You know, to keep the game linear. Speaking of linearity, I don't recall this game actually having any side content because it follows the manga so closely, which really only had the important part because, yeah, it's a manga. Generally doesn't go for filler when it's so short. I don't want to know what you're doing with all those tissues. Well, this is Cephiro where I guess your will makes money appear if money is necessary, I guess. Or candy is the currency! I don't know. It was never important in the manga. I quite honestly don't remember what... Oh yes, the menu said that their currency is gold. Oh, whatever. But how can we summon them if you basically just called them for us? That should actually once again be Magic Knight's apostrophe, not Knight's apostrophe. Because they are the multiple plural weapons of the Magic Knights, also plural. early bird cameo. He's actually not supposed to be important until much later. We could run into a close-by city. Ugh, isn't this adorable background music? Well, she didn't say anything about it being a hotel, she said it's like home. Basically, it's the save feature of this game. Of course, technically that didn't properly save our game, so... let's go into the Mokona Hotel again, I guess. Anyway, that was the beginning of Magic Knight Rayearth. Next we're gonna go into the Forest of Silence and hopefully learn some more magic.